Welcome back, everyone. Well, as probably 99% of you know, if you head up to Lake George, the Fort William Henry anchors the southern part of the lake, has one of the best facilities, has some of the best events, and arguably the finest museum in the Adirondacks. So, joining me today is one of my good friends, Tom Wysocki.
Hey, Jess, how are you?
I'm good, Tom. Director of Sales and Marketing. And I can only tell you, I've known Tom for the better part of, it's over a decade now,
Sure.
Tom.
Yeah.
What he forgot about the hospitality business, the rest of those managers should learn. You know everything.
It's been a long time. Been doing it for almost 30 years. So it's.
So, Fort William Henry, tell us a little bit about what's going on there.
Well, you know, similar to Saratoga here, in your lovely little facility here, we're at our peak time up in Lake George. So really focused on the families and coming through for the businesses. So it's our peak time, so we're busy. We're right out straight. It's a lot of activities, a lot of fun. There's so many things to do up in Lake George. So we're just one little part of it. That's a great little find.
Well, actually, you're a major part of it, and I would just ask you a question. Have you seen enough motorcycles?
Yeah, the old Americade is a great event, you know, that takes place up in Lake George, and it's a great piece of business for Lake George.
Oh, my God,
it's wonderful. There's thousands and thousands of people that come through and get to experience the beauty of Lake George.
I think, you know, we were talking to the mayor, and he was saying something in north of 50,000 motorcycles.
Sure, at least that probably.
I know.
It's on properties all throughout. It really echoes throughout, just not Lake George, but it goes into the Bolton Landing area and into Warrensburg. But we're the home headquarters for it, so it's a great offer for us because of so many different people that are able to come through our property.
Well, you know, you figure between the hotels and the restaurants and just the space, exhibit space you got there. I have another question for you. Have you seen enough fins from Cadillacs?
Yeah, the Cadillac was another great show. It's a national event that took place up here. A lot of work from Lake George Chamber of Commerce and other people that really got this to evolve. It travels all over the country, all over the world, so we were very fortunate to get it. Had over 300 Cadillacs just on showcase for us, and there was thousands of other Cadillacs cruising through the area and coming through. So a really, really nice event. We've got a unique property that allows that because of the southern basin point of Lake George, and we've got a gigantic lawn that really front and back that can utilize over, at some points 500 to 600 cars parked throughout.
And we've got, I'm a car junkie, as you know. So, I tell you, I was in seventh heaven looking at those caddies.
Yeah.
They were the most beautiful. They're works of art.
Oh, yeah.
And now we got the Hot Rod Show coming, which is, again, arguably one of the biggest events of the region, and also an opportunity to showcase hundreds of these really intense-looking cars.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous cars. Great company that we work with the Albany Hot Rod Group that comes in.
Yeah.
Again, 500 to 600 cars on showcase alone. 10 to 15,000 people with cars coming up through the area right after Labor Day, which is a prime area for us to really have a great piece of business that come through. Obviously, again, we're the headquarters for that at the Fort William Henry. So we've got thousands and thousands of cars, thousands of people coming through, concessions and so many other things that happen. So, obviously, please come up and see some of that. I know you love the cars.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there for that.
So
we're doing a special show on it.
It's a great event, great event.
Now, we are talking about all of the events and the uniqueness of the space and everything else. Probably the crown jewel is the museum.
Yeah.
And we did a mini documentary on it this year, which you can see every day on Look TV in the morning and in the evening. This is a spectacular place. Bring your family, bring your kids, learn about history. Tell us a bit about the museum.
Yeah, it's one of those little hidden gems that I think sometimes people forget about. I mean, Fort William Henry itself, the museum, is based on a replica of the fort from 1757, 1755 to 1757. So James Fenimore Cooper's Last of the Mohegans, all this took place. There's an enormous amount of history up in that whole Lake George region, and we are the center point of it at the Fort William Henry. So there's exhibits that you can see. We're turning it into more of a living history kind of thing, where there's actual people who are caricatures that are dressed in that time period, living in that time period, cooking in that time period, using equipment that you would use at that time period too. So if you're cutting wood, they would be using pieces that were evolved from that time period. And then there's just it's a great tour. It's great for the kids to understand kind of a history, what took place, but also that they get you signed up into the King's Army, and they carry their rifles and shoot, and there's cannon that are shot off and muskets that are shot off, and so it's a nice little short distance away. We're Lake George, New York, from the whole Capital Region area, less than an hour away. So it's a great little getaway to come up and experience some history, have a great little learning thing for the kids and for adults as well, because you can never not have enough history.
Oh, it's for sure. You know, you nailed it when you said it's living history. And I've been up there for these reenactments, and this isn't just a play. These are reenactors who take, and sometimes I think they take it too seriously.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
But period clothing, period food, period rifles and whatever,
Yeah.
cannons and all of this stuff. I'm telling you, you really want to treat yourself and your family. You've got to hit this museum. And it's like Exit 21. I mean, it's like a stone throw.
Sure, yeah.
Stone throw from here. Something that's coming up this Saturday.
Yeah,
August
we've got
9th, right?
we've
Is
got
that
the 257th anniversary of the surrender from the French and Indian War. So a huge event that takes place every year. We do a lot of different things. This is one that's kind of a showcase. You'll see a lot of people in living in that environment in that time period.
Right.
And there's just, again, history, understand what took place. 257th anniversary. So that's kind of, that's beginning points of the United States and what took place here. So it's just a great little event to come up. And again, it's on this Saturday, August 9th, and it's from 12 o'clock to about 1:30. There's special rates to get into the museum, admission
right.
rates. So, bring the family, come up and experience. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, beautiful weather.
It is. And a piece of American history that you just can't find anywhere else. A particular favorite of mine is an ongoing kind of tour, which is the Ghost Tour.
Yeah.
I think they modeled that after me, but I'm not exactly sure.
You know what? We kind of, after looking at some things and having some things take place at our hotel, and in the fort and the whole grounds, I mean, it was a major battlefield for a lot of different things that took place in the French and Indian War. So with that, there's the understanding that there's probably spirits that are there, that are still existing there, and they're still there. We've had, different programs come up, different events take place, paranormal people that came up and experienced some very lively activity. So with that, the presence, we think that there's definitely some ghost presence throughout the area. I mean, there was people that didn't want to leave and haven't left.
That's right.
That's and it's a great little thing. It happens on the evenings. Moving forward, it's all through the summertime. It's Wednesdays through Saturday nights. And it's a great little event. The people are very involved with it. It's not a hokey thing.
That's right, not at all.
Yeah, it's
no, actually, it'll give you a
gets a
reason to
gets
pause.
a little hair rising on your arms and on the back of your neck and stuff. So
living history.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So and recognize. I mean, after Labor Day, we kind of get the region back to ourselves, all the way up through Columbus Day. The museum is open?
Yeah, it's open generally through weekends and some midweek time periods, and then the ghost tours again are most likely on the weekends at that time period. It's still fall foliage, it's still beautiful times up there, so it's a great little escape to come up to Lake George and experience. Lake George itself, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful, spectacular lakes in North America, and it's right in our backyard.
Yeah, and you anchored the southern end of it, which is kind of interesting, with great events.
Yeah, weddings.
Great place to stay. The weddings,
spectacular weddings. Just picturesque backgrounds for photos and for experiences, and then our executive chef, Anthony Tetta, does a wonderful job with our food. We get wonderful compliments on how well everything is done.
And get up there for some of these events and see the museum. I can't tell you, when we shot this video on the museum, it just really took us back. It's really spectacular. Well, Tom, thanks for coming in. I'm going to see you again at the Hot Rods.
Yeah, right around the corner.
I'll be that guy walking around all those 32 Fords, checking out how they were built.
There'll be a lot of sites, no question about that.
No kidding. All right. To see this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.